So I got all my tools, 1/4 inch. I got a extension just in case. 3/8. I got a flex ratchet. You don't really need that. Extension, Phillips screwdriver, and then 7mm, 8mm. You need a 10mm deep socket and a 13mm. And then I got flashlight impact just in case. So yeah, here's all the tools. Oh, and my Torx bit. I gotta get that out. That pops off. It's just nice and loose. And then we're gonna take this. I think it's 7mm or 10mm. Take that out and just start disassembling your airbox. All right, so turn up the 7mm. I crank these off. It's nice and loose. Mass airflow sensor. I just push that clip down right there and it slides right off. Then just make sure that that screen does not get broken. Take that off. Hopefully you don't need that anymore. Take the air filter out. Alright, so this is where you need 10mm. By the way, that's my HID ballast. 10mm and 10mm deep socket. And then Torx is right down there. See if I can get a better light. Yeah, that's the Torx. 10mm, 10mm. And then this comes out. And then, so next thing I did was I loosened the windshield wiper fluid cap holder, whatever you want to call it. It was a little bolt right here in that circle. Just pop right out. Just make sure you save it because you got to put it back in. This is just to loosen this up to get the box, the new box in here. Here's the new box. It sits in there just like that. So the hole is facing to the passenger side. So drop right down in there, and then this piece. It's not the rubber one. It's the hard plastic one. Goes through that hole just like that. So that should be facing on the outside, and then this washer goes just like that. So next piece to do is put this plug into this tube. Screw right in. Alright, so another thing, this bracket, the ground to your battery, has to be taken off, and then it gets put right back on just to make sure you can get the air box into this stud, and then your washer goes right over top of that. It's kind of loose, but I guess that's what it's supposed to do. We'll see. Alright, so I got it in. I just put that hole right over top of your stud. I put the nut in. It comes with a new nut. I just use the old one. And then I'm gonna put my ground back in because put the cold air in. Got it all clamped down nice and tight. Just need to tighten up a little bit more. It's kind of greasy, so I left the wrap on it so I didn't like put my fingerprints on it. You know, I gotta keep it oiled and everything. I went ahead and disconnected the mass airflow. Disconnected it, and then went ahead and pulled, I guess this is the throttle body. I pulled this intake or the rest of this box off, just unloosened that screw, and it came right off. Next thing I gotta figure out is how to get this clip off right here. Not too sure, but I'll work on that and I'll let you know how that goes. So each of the rubber pieces are numbered in the directions, but they're not numbered on the piece itself, which is kind of weird. So you kind of have to like measure it a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out where to start. So this piece right here, without any of the bumps or humps on it, it gets hooked up to your mass airflow sensor, like where the screen is. But you have to take the old rubber piece off of this, then slide this just regular flat piece on it, and then it should go right over top, just like that. And then you want to put like 2 clamps on it. Yeah. So then these pieces right here, once you get to it, the 2 3/8 in length hump piece gets plugged up to the throttle body. The 3-inch spacer goes just right into here, just like that. So that's how that's going to work. If you get confused on the two different pieces, and then I think this is like the EVAP. I would say. I was like, well, this doesn't match up to this piece right here. They're not matching up. Well, they give us a hose. I can find it real quick. It comes with a little rubber hose that hooks up to this and this piece, and you just gotta cut it to your length. So I just finished a drive. Everything held up. Power wise, I don't think I noticed that much yet because I don't really have it tuned. I know it's supposed to get like 15 extra horse, but I'm sure it pays off once the tune's on there. But yeah, so overall, the only problem I really had was this. I didn't know, or the directions didn't really explain that the old rubber pieces come off of the mass airflow sensor. So I popped those off, and then the skinny one goes here, and then these two are different sizes. The bigger one kind of goes on this one, or the bigger one goes on this one, and like the smaller one goes on here. They weren't labeled. At least I did not notice. It's kind of weird. And then clipped it in down here so you don't really see it. And then make sure you put your clamps on, but it's pretty dirty. I mean, overall, it wasn't that hard. Hope this helps. Please like and subscribe. I have more G8 content coming. So I'm doing a lot more to the motor, so stay tuned.